Monday, you are listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 90, and we are in patch 6.2.3. I am your Warlock host, Belle. This week, there's not a whole lot of news, but we are going to be talking about some changes that were made to the Glory of the Dragon Soul, Glory of the Pandaria Raider. They made some changes to make all you crybabies feel better. We got some Warcraft trading cards that are coming out middle of this year, and China gets more Warcraft merchandise shit. I'm sure there will be a rant later, but we're going to be talking about that and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
In the world of Warcraft trade chat, troll-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Azeroth, the dedicated players who call out these asshats are members of an elite squad known as the Pwnecast Podcast. These are their stories.
Welcome back. I did bring two of the Riders of Rohan with me, and I also brought this random Canadian.
Hey.
But I did bring, we are down like in this week. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to watch this later, and he's going to know my disapproval, but he's not feeling too well, so he's, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But hopefully he feels better. We are going to miss you this week because I wanted to make fun of you, but I guess I don't get to do that this week. But I did bring the shaman who has another mount. This guy got another fucking mount again this week.
Hooray for me!
No, not hooray for you.
Yeah, no, definitely hooray for me. No. Technically I got two, because I got the free one that Blizzard gave me when they took out the meta achievement, which we'll get to later. But after a very, 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 very long time, I finally finished the Emperor rep and got the
What do you call it? Tell them what you call it.
Emperor Poo Pants. I don't even know why. Someone said it drunk one night and it kind of stuck.
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, it's Timeless Isles Emperor Xiaohao.
Yeah, that guy. Emperor Poo Pants. But I only farm it during Darkmoon Fair when you get the 10% hat and the guild battle standard. And so it's taken me about 2 years to get that mount. And I'm like, finally, I'm done. I'm never come back here. So, yeah, I got that. And that's been my mounts for the last 3 weeks since I stole one.
That's why you... So
love you like it.
I know. I feel every time I would literally set you on fire physically. It would be really painful. We did also. Somebody messaged me today to let me know that our Boomkin Hots for Shots actually has a new name. It's called Hot Shots.
Yes. So whenever you make a tune and you've had that name forever, and then you go to a new place and they're like, completely change it. That's exactly what's been done. My raid leader, for some reason, cannot say for, and whenever he does, he says fur. So it's hot spur shots or hot shots. And I can't, I'm like, look, just call me Hots, and then, all right, hot shots. Stop. So the entire guild has caught on to it, and now I just can't get past it, and it's...
He messaged me and asked for a link to the podcast. So I said, okay, Dave, here you go. Dave is Thaddeus. He's Masters of Karate on Argent Dawn's guild leader. They're superior rating guild on our server. They're amazing. They're everything we are not, actually. So, but he's a good buddy of mine. So he messaged me randomly. And he's like, hey, can I get the link to your podcast? I'm like, here you go. 5 minutes later, he messaged me back because he's like, is that really what Hots looks like? And I'm like, yeah, it's really what Hots looks like. And I'm all, to be fair, his camera doesn't really, do his face any justice. But yes, he's still a nerdy white kid. Like, that's what you're dealing with. So then he's like, no, I'm just kidding. He goes, oh, make sure you mention the Hot Shots thing because it gets him really riled up. Then he proceeds to tell me, he's a really great raider. I'm really, really happy that you sent him my way, blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't going to give you those compliments because I didn't want you to feel validated. But since somebody posted this week a review and said that I am without saying the words, he pretty much called me a cunt to all of you guys. So
No 5 points.
Yeah, no, that guy was very mean, and it's fine because it doesn't hurt my feelings. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but he said I was mean. He told me I was mean to you guys. Can you believe it? Really?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, no, you can't use that word without being Australian or an honorary Australian.
But clearly, that guy doesn't know me because I am literally tormented 24/7 by these guys. The
No.
only defense I get is the hour and a half we're on air, and they can't defend
That's
themselves.
not true.
See,
It's
we're
deep now.
smart and we do it all behind the scenes. You know, like we rile you up, and then when we get to the show part, you're already pissed off
I
and you
know,
want
because,
revenge.
and then you guys
so
look
it
clean in the
makes-
situation. I just look like the bitch that's screaming.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like all innocent and like never done that.
Lies.
You're so bad, shots.
I-
Now you guys see this very hatted young gentleman. I did bring the monk who owns way too many snapbacks to be friends with me. I did bring Jim the Hunter.
Yeah, hey, how are you guys? Thank you for
Hey.
having me. Hey?
He finally got a camera, and he said, guys, I got a camera. He's been talking on his Facebook all day. I got a camera.
I got it today. Belle made me go get one, and Dark called me to fill in for the show. I was very happy. I said, for sure, and I'm here. You know, he had other appointments.
I
So.
just want to say, it looks like you live in your closet. Is that?
Yeah, I actually just have a closet to myself, and I just play Warcraft in my little box here.
When we seen his camera earlier, I'm like, is that a closet? So its looks are deceiving, right? It looks like that wall extends out, right? Like that's a doorway. It's not. He's got a whole room. It looks not.
No, I don't.
He really does. Anyway,
Gaming in the closet.
Yeah.
So, to give you guys a little bit of background about who Jim is, he's Insane Pain Games. So he does videos for himself. He's kind enough to share those with the PwnCastDailyQuest.com. He has a YouTube channel. I think you have a couple different channels, right?
Yeah, we have Warcraft Pet Battles, which we focus on pet battle content, of course, and Insane Pain Game for just whatever, anything.
Nudes and
mostly
dick pics and
Warcraft.
stuff,
Yeah.
right? The standard. Got it.
Yeah.
If I was just
Very
stumbling
open, for
across
sure.
something and I see someone in a closet and named Insane Pain Game, my mind is not on WoW.
Obviously, right? That's the thing about it. So let's jump into some of the news that we have. There isn't a whole lot of news, so you guys probably are going to listen to 45 minutes of fuckery here. So they did some removal of some of the, I guess people would call them tedious. I haven't done the Glory of the Dragon Soul or Glory of the Pandaria. I haven't done any of those. I think I've done some progress towards them, but I haven't done like a serious effort to do them. So for the Dragon Soul, they actually removed Holding Hands. And for the Pandaria Raider, they removed Show Me Your Moves. Now, since you got it, Bloke, what's the Show Me Your Moves? What was so difficult about that they had to actually take that out to make it a thing?
I haven't got the panda one.
Isn't
got
that,
the,
did you get the mount or the
No, I got the Dragon Soul one. I had all the other miniatures for the Dragon Soul one. And
what's the Holding Hands one then? What's so terrible?
you need 3 or 4 people to do it, and they've got to be spaced out and not
Okay.
charge electricity or I don't know, some bullshit. I've never done it, so quite clearly.
Hold on. This is the glass floor, right? If I'm recalling the scenery correctly, or is that different? I don't fucking know. That's why I don't read.
It's Hagera, the one that's like in the Eye of Eternity, that platform. It's the like Frost Shaman or Frost Wolf Shaman looking chick.
Okay.
Yeah, and Holding Hands during the lightning phase, she puts down these like conductors in a sense, and you have to run it to connect each conductor to make her come back down or stun her. And whenever you get the achievement, you have to have everyone in your raid group marked with the arc from the lightning at the same time, and then you have to kill her. And if you don't have 3 or 4 people,
that requires other people and coordination, which is why I've never got it. So the only reason I knew that I even got them out was because a friend of mine popped up and he's like, "Oh, I got this morning. I didn't even know I had it." And I was like, "Oh, I don't remember seeing that." So I went through my list and was like, "How did I never got that?" So there's no like it doesn't ping off an achieve or anything like that. It quite literally is a case of like open up your mounts or open up the achieve and have a look and see how far you're in.
So now my question is, and I realize I'm not going to make any friends here, since I already angered somebody the 28th of December, and he was angry enough to tell me that I'm too much opinionated. Basically, what is his problem? So now
For the
I think this
podcast.
is great because you got him out, and I think that's awesome. And I'm glad I haven't tried to do this because it sounds super complicated. But to what end did we just do this for? People they have so much to do in game that they don't have the time to dedicate to get this achievement because everybody's bitching there's no content. So why did we just make it easier for crybabies? Maybe somebody can explain it to me so that I'm not approaching it from an asshole standpoint, but maybe do you guys feel that this was a valid thing that they did?
Well, to me, it's funny because we were just talking about a week or two ago about Horde's Ashran problem, or Bloke's Ashran problems with the Nemesis bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, so we're talking about, oh, that's impossible.
That
Like, it's gonna
problem
be
still
impossible.
continues.
Yeah, it's going to be impossible to get. You know, and that's not even, oh, I need a group of friends to come into Ashran with me. I need someone on the other faction to randomly queue in as, said race. So, but that one, I could almost see where they're coming from because that's 2 expansions old now. It's Cataclysm. But at the same time, no, like, you don't.
Okay.
That's silly.
There was
like,
no real purpose, right? Because it's doable.
Right.
It's not what is it, Oldar?
Oduar.
Oldwar has
Yeah.
the Iron Dwarf one. That took me 3 or 4 tries of going in each week to be able to master that, right? And I did it. I didn't complain. I didn't say, God, this is the stupidest thing ever. I wish Blizzard didn't make me do this. I enjoyed doing it. Now, Bloke, since you were working towards these actively, right? So
Yeah, and
even you feel that, right? It shouldn't have been a thing?
This one in particular, like, it's just so random. Just the most random thing that they could possibly sort of like, oh, you don't need that. I'm like, really? Is this the most difficult one that we have at the moment that you could have? It was like back with ICC and the gunboat, and people were like, oh, it's too hard, you can't solo it, and so they fixed it so that you don't need to. Now that I understand. This one with needing 4 friends to go. 4 or 5 friends to go and do a raid, an old school raid with you. Well, I mean, that's not that hard. Like,
I know it's hard for you because you don't have any friends. Like, I totally understand why they gave you the mount.
Well, to be honest, I've never really tried to actively do this part of the achievement. So, like, it made no difference to me anyway. I'm sure at some point, if I'd said to, said in either of the guilds, hey, look, I want to go do this, who's keen? No worries, a bunch of people would have gone and done it. So, to sort of have that nuked, it didn't make sense. Like, I appreciate the fact they did it. I got a free mount out of it.
Sure.
I haven't even started on the panda raids because I was well and truly not raiding by that. So I got a long way to go. So once I get a bit further down the track and see how it affects that, like, I'll get back to you and let you know. But awesome. I just think I think it's a waste of time. There's so much more other stuff that they could have been fixing up or nerfing or buffing or doing whatever. Like, for example, maybe just randomly, off the top of my head, maybe pandas in Ashran.
Right. There are a lot more complicated things. I agree. I think there is some things that might be unbalanced that they could fix and worry about. And the panda thing is actually a pretty solid example. I do feel this is one of those moments where I feel very strong and they're giving lip service to people because they're trying to keep them happy. And once again, Blizzard, we already talked about this. What did we talk about to Blizzard? These are not the people that are loyal to you. You're giving lip service to people that will unsubscribe because remember we were talking about that, Bloke, where we said the people that left are the people
overall.
They're not the people that are going to give you their money loyally for 10 years. They're the people who are going to be on to the next fucking Call of Duty the second it's out, right?
But that's what I mean. Like, this is why this is so random because I honestly, I can't say I've seen anywhere anyone going, oh, can you fix this? It's too hard. Like, it is just like so far out of left field.
Now they're trying to make people happy. Jim, do you have any of these achievements?
No.
Straight up.
So Jim just does pet battle stuff and he does some PvP, but he's the pet battle guy. Like, he's like.
You want to pet battle me?
No, I don't at all.
I thought you were challenging me on the show.
No, I mean, okay. I mean, he literally. He's like, I know we say Lycan's really good at that, but it really. Lycan's thing is lore. Like, he needs to just stick with the lore.
Yeah.
Jim's already talked about the awful. I think he wanted to call him out. Well, now's your time, Jim. Actually,
No,
ain't
I
no
couldn't
time
do
like
it.
the present.
I'm just happy to have his slot, and I show respect to one of the legendary Pwnecast members.
You're not one of us then, because we
Walk
would throw
before
him
I
under
run.
the bus for a cookie.
Well, I don't know if he was trolling me or not. He said Graves was a bad pet, so I'll wait for.
But he's like the top pet for PvP,
he was
right?
adamant about that.
Yeah, he said that last week.
But Graves is good for PvP. Did I hear you say that right?
Yeah, he's like the most overpowered pet right now.
Neener.
Isn't the setup like 2 Dark Moon Zeppelins and then a Graves?
You told me about that, actually. That was a good one. I try not to use the same pet. I use like a Fragment of Anger or just a few other pets, but Graves is definitely overpowered. But I remember talking to you at BlizzCon, and you were talking about that one team.
Yeah. I literally couldn't touch their team. It was literally attack a decoy, Graves come in, AoE's everything, attack a decoy, Graves come in, and I'm done.
There is so much accent in this Skype, I can't even deal with it. I have the Australian, I have the Southerner, and I have the Canadian. I cannot even deal. But my mind is fucking blown right now.
It's a good mix.
God damn it. Okay, so moving on, Warcraft trading cards. They are going to be released a month before the movie, which the movie's slated to be released in June. The cards look pretty badass, guys. I'm not really a card collector. I have a Superman card collection in there and stuff. But I think it's another good collectible for, Bloke's got a nice collection going on back there. I have a collection of shit. It's just not displayed anywhere as of yet. But I think, we could get down with some trading cards, yeah?
I wonder if they're going to be doing loot cards. Like, loot cards are about the only way that they're going to sell me on trying to, like... open back up.
One of my children just delivered my coffee. I love having kids. It's great.
Every time I go to like Walmart or something, I walk down the aisle with all the nerdy shit on it just to see if I can find some of the old Warcraft packs and whatnot. So, but if they're gonna be bringing it back,
so you like packs then?
I like the picks. I'm seeing all the books.
You have a running list for people we offend. I have a running list on the board for reasons why people question your sexuality. Packs.
I've graduated to a whole notepad for the offenses.
Bloke's organized for 2016.
I think I would totally get these, and they do have the characters, the movie characters on there, and what's his name's hot. So I mean,
Hots for shots.
Okay. That guy's hot. So I'm totally.
She's like, that sold me on the trading cards.
Yeah, so I'm in.
I'll probably buy a couple packs.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, I appreciate that something we play is coming to life. I felt this way when they move any gaming situation into a movie. I feel that way.
I think it's ridiculously good marketing and smart marketing, because there's been a big conversation going over the last few months of how the general populace of the game that started out playing like vanilla and BC, they've all got older and moved on and families and whatever else. Of course, they're going to come back to see a movie. So why not bring out a product that is going to appeal to some of the older gamers? And a lot of the older gamers used to collect, be it baseball cards or basketball cards or the tops and the hot decks and all. Shit, I've got a collection of Batman and X-Men cards, and I still got a Michael Jordan rookie card tucked in there somewhere. Like, as soon as I saw the Warcraft trading cards, I'm like ringing up the comic book store down the road. Like, when you get these, let me know. I must have them, sort of thing. Like, I was super excited. And straight away, it come to mind. I'm like, well, of all the shit that they could have brought out to sort of get the older crowd a bit more excited about it, is bring out the one thing that they all used to collect. I'm all over it. I think it's great. Give them to me now, much like the movie.
Well, you'll be buying them too then, Jim, yeah? Paste them all to your closet back behind you?
For sure. Should I start that?
I think
you should.
You need something back there.
We did fix the room up not too long ago, so I kind of just switched recently. So.
Oh, did you? You still haven't really settled? Just have the dirty socks on the floor.
He doesn't want to, tear anything off the walls whenever he's doing his insane pain game.
Yeah, this is where the magic happens.
Maybe we can have a word to Jeff.
And by magic, he means his virginity because he's a gamer. So when he says magic, that's what he means. Yeah. I love that I get to razz him. I get to razz him outside of this Skype call 24/7. He's my favorite person. We often get together and talk Ebonics. It's amazing. There's a lot of yo, sup, dog, and I'm like yo, yo, yo. Like that's literally how the conversations go. It's embarrassing.
What Ebonics is, but anyway.
Well, it's an American term for lazy English.
That was
I
handled
can be
well.
politically correct,
Righto.
right?
That was
Righto.
Was that not good, politically correctness? Come on.
I feel like
I'm
we're
so
going
proud of you
PC
right now.
here, so I need to.
I
put
know
on
it's
some
rough. I
shades,
got to be
like-
careful I don't go PC. I want to make sure I offend the appropriate amount of people each week, especially that guy that hates me. I'm going to talk about that randomly throughout the entire episode because when I'm hurt inside, I don't have any other way to deal with how I'm hurt, so I'm just trying to make it into a
Yeah.
funny, so I'm less
Thanks,
hurt by it.
random guy. Now I've got to listen to this shit every week for the next month. Bravo.
Well,
played.
it's just going to be today, I promise. I'm going to get it all out of my system today, and then, I'm going to continue to do what I do that makes him so angry. Before I even get into the China stuff, I'm not even going to get into that right now because I'm going to save that for when I'm not angry about it. So,
2 weeks from now.
we have a new community manager. Shut up. We have a new community manager, Ornix. I think I'm saying it right. They put a call out for community manager some time ago. His name is Ornix, and I'm going to read what was written about him. Please join me in welcoming Ornix as our newest community manager. Ornix isn't new to World of Warcraft or community management. He's had his feet planted firmly on the ground within Azeroth since he first played the Warcraft RTS, eventually moving on to World of Warcraft. In short, he's one of us where we're really glad to have his knowledge and experience join us, and we suspect that he'll be sparking a good number of enlightening conversations along the way. Welcome, Ornix, which is code for we gave him the shit jobs, and he gets to piss everybody off by telling everybody the bad news. Is that's what I'm suspecting.
Yay, welcome.
I'm just upset that I didn't know the only requirements is that you had to play the RTS and then start playing in vanilla WoW. I could have been applying for that.
Yeah, because you've been playing since you were 5, according to my age calculations. When you're like, I've been playing for 10 years. You weren't even alive 10 years ago. Seriously, you're 12.
Barely.
I'm over it.
But
I'm doing the thing where I'm going to be angry at you because you're trying to move to another state, so I'm just going to be angry with you.
I'm not trying to.
He comes in randomly and drops the bomb. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm putting in for this job that's not here. Oh, get the fuck out then. Why wait? Just do it now.
It's not going to be a permanent thing. It's going to be, I'm going to go out there and get the training, and then I'm going to be traveling a shit ton, so... I could even end up down there where Bloke's at.
I've already emailed your potential boss and told him all your bad habits.
Don't do it. Have you seen what's been attacking? Look at my foot. I'm still getting over the spider bite from last week.
That's terrible. I heard about that.
Should have seen
I mean,
the
I could end up in China.
MRSA, he got Ebola when he went out of... I told him not to leave the country. What did he do? He left the country, and he brought home Ebola, and it was full body Ebola's leg Ebola.
Just for that, I'm posting a picture on the page of that.
Of your
MRSA?
MRSA?
On yourself. Yep, Ebola leg.
MRSA.
See how many fans we can make vomit in one picture.
So let's talk about this one thing. This is pop culture and it's nerd related. I'm sure by now everybody has heard David Bowie did pass away the age of 69. He had an 18-month battle with cancer. We're all very, very, sad and heartbroken. He really was a big part of our Western culture. And I don't know so much about other countries, but I know United States specifically. I'm sure Bloke has even heard of him, even though he lives in, the Shire. But
And down under.
yeah, he's far away. But he. A couple things to note. So he already has
Australian
references.
David Bowie fan.
He already has references in World of Warcraft. Now, some of you might not know this piece of news. You might not know that Duncan Jones is his son, who's Legendary Films. He's the guy that did the Warcraft movie. So his dad is David Bowie. And I think the assumption here is that they're going to do some kind of in-game, memorial for him because the correlation between his son doing a movie. Here's the thing. I'm going to piss some people off because I already pissed people off in the Blizzards group earlier by stating my opinion. I'm not saying he already has nods in the game. I don't remember what it is, but I know that because the game is pop culture, right? People that get NPCs or nods to them.
King.
Yeah, so I get that, but I don't think he needs an in-game memorial because he wasn't a player. I think, now let me make sure my distinction's clear. Nods in-game are different than an in-game memorial. Robin Williams got an in-game memorial because that's what that was. He's not an NPC that you do anything with, right? You have to go travel to find him. He's a memorial. He played the game. I don't feel like because his son directed a Warcraft movie, his son doesn't play World of Warcraft. I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he did for the movie. But prior to that, like, to me, I don't believe you should get a memorial just because you're famous and everybody loves you. I don't think you should get an in-game memorial to that end. We should give him one in Diablo. We should give him one in Call of Duty. We might as well give him in-game stuff for every game known to man. So this person had said in this group, let's start a petition. I'm so sick of seeing petitions to try to force Blizzard to do something that you want, or because you want to cry about it, or whatever. Lastly, we don't need a petition to put an NPC memorial. Like, they're not saying, they want a memorial to him, to honor him is what they said. We need to honor him. Honor him for what? What's he done for World of Warcraft that he deserves to be honored in game? If somebody can email me, message me, text me, call me, Skype me, Zoom me, and tell me what he's done to be able to get an in-game memorial, I'm not talking about a nod in-game, I'm talking about a memorial, I will shut the fuck up.
I want to know why there was no petition for Lemmy, the lead singer of Motorhead, just for those that aren't aware. All right, I can't even imagine him knowing how to use a goddamn computer. But I want to see a memorial for him. Like, it's the same mentality. Oh, that's my favorite person. Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay, put him in WoW. Why? Just because I fucking said so. Like, it's the stupidest fucking argument. I get that there's a bit of correlation there between his son, like, making the movie and that. Big deal. My dad made a rocket ship. Like, let's name it after. It's just stupid. You don't do that. Like, I don't know. That's my theory.
No, I 100% agree. Like, if anyone's gonna get the memorial here, it should probably be his son, and then even then, so it should probably be the nod that we were talking about, and it should be a dude with the fucking camera talking about, let's go record some shit because he made the fucking movie. That's actually doing something for WoW. Like, it's. I don't want this game to be pop culture. I don't keep up with the news because I don't fucking care, because it doesn't correlate with my everyday life. I loved him in the Labyrinth. If they want to make a Labyrinth, that's cool. But
I'm sorry, why does it not surprise me that you like David Bowie in the Labyrinth? Was it the tight pants or the hair that did it for you?
I just love the movie.
It was the bulge. So Dari, you guys know Dari. She helps organize Con Before the Storm. Dari Seriously is her on Twitter. She's a dear friend of mine. She works at Zerg ID, Open Raid, Jinx. That's Dari. So Dari had posted on her Facebook today. It cracked me up, almost died. She said all these teenagers who are clutching the pearls of grief, clutching the pearls of grief for a guy they didn't even know. R.I.P. David Bowie, you're 12. What do you mean R.I.P. David Bowie? You don't even know him. When you Google what is David, people have Googled what is David Bowie.
Who is David Bowie?
That's amazing to me, the people. But I think it's a sad thing. I liked him. I didn't particularly care for a good portion of his latter music. I did obviously I'm an 80s baby, and I love 80s music. Like, big hair, tight pants, red lipstick, pink cheeks, I'm in. All the fucking blue eyeshadow, I'm in. Do I think he deserves a memorial? No. You want to give him another nod in the game? Okay, a nod, yes. Great, that sounds good. But I don't think he deserves a memorial, and that's not me. I'm not, speaking ill of the dead. I'm being realistic here. I feel like, maybe Bloke's daddy built a rocket ship. He deserves to be.
That's right. I'm going to start a petition.
He really did?
He did. I think he did. He really. Oh, yeah, he did. See?
Is that one of the mounts in game?
Unlike me, my dad's actually intelligent. So.
Oh.
I'm going to start a petition to Blizzard and be like, that X-52 rocket ship, you need to fucking change that to Bloke's dad's rocket ship.
The Kai Pirate
I want
one
people
too,
to sign it.
Yeah,
well, why not? Name them all after my dad. So, I think that's fair enough. He's not dead yet.
I think it's great. We, definitely respect his memory. Definitely love the correlation that Duncan Jones was his son. I didn't know that. I believe Duncan Jones will dedicate the movie to his dad. Maybe all future movies he'll dedicate to his dad as a special night. I think that's appropriate because it's his dad. So yeah, let's not get crazy on the petition train and the in-game memorial train. They honor people great in WoW. You have the guys that died of cancer, they honor them. You have our military that, I'm getting goosebumps when I talk about this because I read the forums and it made me cry. But we have things that are real stories that players are being honored in game, and I think that that's what you should continue to do. You need to keep it in. The in-game memorials need to be for staff and players, people that had a hand in World of Warcraft, whether it was playing it or building it.
Actually, Ashes of Alar, that's whole thing was based around the kid with cancer, and his grand wish was
Oh, there
he
you
wanted
go.
something in game to
And I
remember
think
about
that's
it.
what makes it that much better. If we start giving out memorials to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that passes away, then it loses its value and negates what we've given to other people. So now those of you that are cursing me under your breath, maybe you can understand my position. I don't always convey the way that I feel in an appropriate manner, but you guys don't watch me because I'm appropriate. So, I mean, I'm not going to start being
I
appropriate
think
now.
you should get a memorial.
I
mean,
don't.
Or a nod.
I mean, if you-
I'm going to start a
I'll be the
petition for that
pile of
as well.
poo in Admiral Taylorson's garrison. That's what the steaming...
Right in front of a whiteboard nailed to a tree with all the names of the
Yeah,
people
the
we've
steaming
offended.
pile of poo. But I like that it's special, and I want World of Warcraft to keep and guard that, and I want to continue to allow it to be special. So if those of you in the community can kindly stop complaining or trying to make things happen, that would be really awesome, because the people that have memorials already don't want it negated by people that don't need them. He'll be memorialized by his legacy. He doesn't need a memorial. He's good. He's David fucking Bowie. For the next 50 years, everybody will always know who he is. So,
Either that or give
Really?
me one.
Jim, are you a Bowie fan? I feel like you have tights in your closet.
No. I used to rock them in my early days. So I like some Bowie. I'm not going to act like I'm a huge fan, but he's all right.
Labyrinth fan. Then sad no Labyrinth too, you know.
Never even seen them. I've never seen either of them.
You didn't see, well, there's only one. You didn't see the Labyrinth?
No.
Oh. You didn't see the Bulge then?
No. I
Oh.
probably.
Well, the really subtle
back.
references
Eyes
to
up
snorting
here.
coke.
Yeah, lots of references to snorting coke. I'm pretty sure that whole movie was about dropping acid,
Hamburger.
largely.
Yeah.
That's Cheech and Chong. I'm probably if somebody else is watching and you got his hamburger reference, I want you to comment what Cheech and Chong movie that's from, because I want to know that you guys are my soulmates, and that's how you're going to be able to tell me. So it's a thing. I used to be younger, and in my younger days, I didn't always watch the...
We don't publicly admit these things.
I was like 15. Leave me alone.
I
So,
was like 12.
I've never done drugs a day in my life. I don't currently do them, which is all that matters. It's the here and now, guys. Stop focusing on the
Caffeine's
past.
a drug.
You have to
Caffeine's
leave your
a
past
drug.
behind you. Otherwise, you can't move forward in the future.
Caffeine
Okay.
is a drug.
You guys might want to
Hopefully
get your
they do the same
notepads
with
out,
what?
because we're about to offend some people.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting for this shit.
So,
Good.
China has all this
China.
Warcraft merchandise that we don't have. So basically, you could just write down all of China.
All of China.
All of China.
Alright, what's next?
So it's unique Blizzard gear in the sense of it's not available in America. So they have a bunch. It's on China's BattleNet. Why is this so unfair? This just made me even more
I
madder.
want to see it. I haven't even.
This just made me. I'm gonna link you guys. This just made me even more pissed off. So they have a cute but deadly series too. Some of this stuff is awful, guys. FYI, because it's less than stellar quality.
Blizzard China's entire marketing department.
Yeah.
I was
They're-
gonna say
You
the
guys.
sweat. I was gonna say the sweatshop that made it, but you know.
Ooh. Times 2 for that one. You get twice the points.
I just sent it in Skype chat, guys. I sent you the. I can't even believe you said that, and I love you so much. So now to the guy who said I'm a bitch, maybe you should be calling him a bitch, right? Because he was meaner than I've ever been in my life. That's a lie.
What the
So the outfits, the jackets are less than stellar quality. It looks like children's wear.
Oh my
But
God.
these cool bracelets, like, this is legit. Oh, did you see the scroll? They got a Warcraft scroll, Pandarian scroll. That's legit. Why don't we have those things?
Yeah, it's
Look at the murky.
Yeah, we
yeah,
have
I don't
the
need that
metal.
shit. We got and the only person who's not wearing one.
I have a whole pile of them.
It's funny because I didn't wear it at BlizzCon, but I actually have had it sitting in front of me since BlizzCon, and this is the first time I really rocked it. I mean, for obvious reasons.
My friend Jeff never takes his off. He wears it every day. Well, he might have taken it off now because me and him have been fighting, but he's been wearing it every day.
I
He's
just
gonna
never
watch
wear
this and
things
he's
like
gonna be
this.
like, I can't believe she just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk about that towards the end of the show. I did lose the bet, guys. I am going to have to sing I'm a Little Teapot next week. I did lose. I met my inch goal, but I didn't meet my weight goal because I tried to lose 30 pounds, and that's just stupid. Because it's unhealthy to lose 30 pounds in a small amount of time. And he's a boy and loses weight a lot quicker than me. And I've been working out, and apparently...
he's with the excuses.
No, it's not even excuses. I didn't know that muscle weighed more than your fat. So I'm working out thinking he did diet, I did working out. So I'm thinking I'm going to win this, right? I'm burning calories, I'm doing things. Nobody told me that the muscle you're building from the working out is the weighs more, apparently. I've been doing the fat back machine.
I could have told you, but I want to hear the
nobody.
song.
So I am going to sing it next week live on the air. I do have to do it after ingesting helium. It's going to be a good time for all. So I am conceding. We still have another week away in, but I know I lost. But I met all my inch goals, so that's good news.
Can we make any requests for other songs?
Well, we're going to talk about the Pwnecast challenge. It's going to be coming up, and all the Pwnecast members are going to be in on this challenge. It's not a weight loss. It's going to be something really
I don't think I could lose weight.
No. We're going to do We're going to do
pet battles.
No, we're going to do Jeff wants to challenge all the Pwnecast, everybody involved with Pwnecast, to do music parody videos and have the fans vote on whose is the best, and he's going to make a trophy in the whole nine.
I have a feeling Hots wins.
And you have to do the opposite gender of what you are. So for Cody, he'll be doing.
You already know where I'm going.
Yeah, he'll be
tribute video. Tribute.
He'll be doing a tribute. Oh, but you have to do the opposite gender, so Cody will be playing a boy. So.
You can play.
He's like, wait, I'm pretty sure I'm missing something here.
So I'm a little frustrated that China has better stuff than they have. These little figurines. They have a Murloc in a fucking top hat. Hi, can I have that? Mr. T Murloc with a mohawk. Are you kidding me?
With the mohawk grenade. Like
I'm with huge bloke. Boo hoo, America.
Okay, but did you guys see the bottom? They have the Alliance and Horde Tower in the Dark Portal. Come on. Come on, that's awesome.
There's some stuff in there that would definitely be a welcome addition to my collection. But at the same time,
it's not movie. It's not,
I'm sorry, China, but I'm genuinely terrified about 99.9% of the bullshit that comes out of your country via eBay or similar sites.
Yeah, including Ebola.
Yeah. I've learned a few times. And Ebola didn't come from there. That was Indonesia. Sorry, Indonesia. It was a different country, but, hey.
What's the difference if you're looking at pictures if it's in China or if it's pictures in New York? You still couldn't go to it. It doesn't matter if it was in New York that much compared to China.
How dare you bring your stupid Canadian logic over here on the show? We don't even like that here.
Well, it's no fair. I mean, I've done my research. I watched last week's episode.
That's such horseshit.
I was hoping Bloke would have the same glow on his face, but he looks back to normal this week.
I'm totally anywhere near as medicated as I was last week.
Last week was a good episode. I watched it. It was good.
Someone, just on that note, someone did point out to me that there was numerous occasions last week where I did just vague off to the side of the screen. I'm sorry about that, folks.
So...
I don't do drugs either. I do medication.
You do medication. There's so much. Guys, I wanted to talk about this. I really did want to talk about this. I didn't know we were going to be getting artifact shields, right? I don't know. But they released offhands and shields. Did you guys know?
Nope.
I didn't know that they were going to be doing, I did not know that. Maybe they said it and I didn't remember.
I get my news from Pwnecast, so it's whatever comes.
Elemental Shaman, that was a really good plug, by the way. The Elemental Shaman shield looks pretty legit. It doesn't look very elementy, if that's a word, if I can make that a thing.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't look very elemental.
Elementy, right? Because it's like elementally.
Elementally.
It's elementally.
You're skipping a lot of letters there.
Elementally. It doesn't really look like an elemental shaman shield I would imagine would look. It's the Fist of Raden, which I'm assuming you as an elemental shaman knows what that is. I don't, because I don't I have one, I just don't do anything with it.
The name doesn't mean much, but it does kind of look cool.
Raden?
Raden, yeah.
That's the boss in Throne of Thunder. I'm
not
mistaken.
Okay.
So it's the lightning god dude. It makes sense.
The Doomhammer offhand.
But see, this plays into my argument when we were talking about artifacts the first time. So if elementals get a fist weapon and now a shield, I don't know why, but that hurts
shield
my
typically is for the heals, right? It's for resto shamans. Yes?
Yeah.
If you're choosing to use a weapon that's a one-hander, you would get a shield for an offhand to be able to defend yourself while you're um, healing.
Both can use it.
Got it. And then they got the Heart of the Phoenix for the fire mages offhand. I mean, okay. I guess I don't understand. I never understood the holding of the offhand. I didn't understand that item. It always has some type of liquid or something in it. Is that what's giving its power? The random creepy bodily fluids I can only imagine is what's in these offhands then?
Detects lichen.
To maybe find out what the liquid is. Is he peeing in the weapon? Is this, the blood of the lamb? What is this in here? Can somebody answer that? And then we have the Tome of the Silver Hand. The Holy Paladin holds a book. I never understood those. The offhands were always weird to me, right? Where you had to hold a book or a purse, right? You're going to rock a purse, a pouch.
They're giving elemental shamans a shield, but they're giving holy paladins a book.
It's the holy paladin is getting the Tome of the Silver Hand. They're all ugly.
That
Every
makes
single
more sense
book
than a fist weapon and a shield for it. Like, no. I don't know who's in
Holy
charge of this
Paladin's
shit, but
getting
they need to be
and the
fired.
Tome of the Silver Hand's ugly, by the way. It has a fist, which is cool. It's like a fist pump, like cool, like mighty hand, cool. I get it, but it's stupid looking.
Silver power?
Yeah. So, well, whatever. Sorry, Ellies, our Holy Paladins. Your book's not cool. Your book's not cool. Secrets of the Void, Shadow Priest. I don't understand this thing either, but it does have a Whispering Eye, and I'm happy about that. We had the Whispering Eye in Siege of Orgrimmar, and I loved the Whispering Eye. I rocked that wand an entire expansion, and I'm not even sad about it. I didn't transmog my Whispering Eye. I liked it.
So you like your Whispering Eye?
I love my Whispering Eye, and I have my Whispering Eye all over me because that's how I roll. I'm told I do get the thing.
And we're back.
So, it does have the Whispering Eye. Yes, I know what Whispering Eye means. Obviously, I think it's funny. I did refer to the Gaze of Arrogance, the wand or the staff that the warlocks and mages got. I think anybody that could use the staff.
What is it called?
It's the Gaze of Arrogance. It's the weapon that drops off of Shah, and it's beautiful because it had a Whispering Eye that followed, like it watched you. It was a real Whispering Eye. And I would say it in chat, or somebody would be like, "Oh, what's that wand called?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my Whispering Eye." And people would be like, "Gee!" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I mean. It's my Whispering Eye." Restoration Shaman's getting some. It's a shield. I kind of dig it, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's. I feel like it doesn't say.
The jury's out on this. Like, it looks better than some of the crap they've come up
Agreed.
with lately.
But it's not what I would expect from a Legion expansion, to be honest. Some of this gear is a little weird to me, and I feel like it's not fitting. Like the Draenor gear was very savage. Like there's a lot of the stuff is like torn things, it's tattered things, it's very broken things. A lot of your transmog pieces and stuff. So that made sense for Warlords of Draenor because it was really a savage place of war and all this stuff. This kind of stuff does not say Legion to me. I don't think. Mist of Pandaria, all that shit was Pandaland. You knew you were in Pandaland because you had the Raiden hat, right? You had the Raiden hats. You had, you had the chopstick bun. If you were a girl, you had the chopstick bun. You really knew you were in Pandaria. I don't know.
You should rock the chop.
These are all going to be the legendary weapon stuffs, and those are just the base looks. And you're going to be starting going into Legion with it, and then once you progress through, and then you unlock all the different looks. There is a Legion look from what I've seen for every weapon.
But have you seen the final phase, the final answer of what you're going to be rolling with to know that that's going to be a valid thing?
I mean, if I can pick a look, I'm just going to pick a look that I like anyway.
And we've confirmed that it is changing, right? The look is changing. We've confirmed that?
Yeah.
We did.
Are you talking about the
look of the weapon? Like I know you could change the color, but you can do alterations to the weapon.
Oh, right? Yeah. There's going to be different forms. Like you unlock one through PvP, you unlock one through rating. Yeah, it's
protection.
It really is turning into the WoW equivalent of a different skin for your Call of Duty player.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's neat. I think it's some distinctions nice, though. I do.
Yeah.
Protection Paladins, Oath Seeker.
So that's just a bunch of sticks. Like there's nothing overly impressive there.
It says they have shields to match their artifact weapon, so I
Okay.
guess protection
Cute. So
warriors
now they have a
also.
sword and a shield that look like shit.
Yeah, protection warriors also are gonna be able to match their weapon. So this is some kind of cool stuff.
I think it's still going to be one of those cases of like you're going to get your artifact weapon, and regardless of what it is, or like for me bitching about my fist weapon and my shield, and once like Hot Shots was saying, once it's thank you, snuck that in there nicely. Like once you get a bit of stuff unlocked and you can start playing around with it, like I think most people will be able to find some sort of look or feeling to their weapons or their artifacts in general that will suit. And because you can change them with the rest of your transmog and that sort of thing. So while they might not appeal on the surface, I think once you get a bit deeper into it and a bit further along, it should be all right. I'm like fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping.
One of those things where we're clinging to faith on and we're rolling the dice and hoping that we're not going to be disappointed.
And if I'm not mistaken, you'll be able to transmog the legendary weapon. You just can't transmog other weapons to look like the legendary. So if you have none of the looks for it,
that just seems insane. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to transmog out of an artifact?
Oh no,
Well, I can tell you why
hunters.
I would, because I would get tired of it after some time.
Beastmaster hunters don't want the gun; they want to use a bow.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll pay that.
That's the only one that I can really think of. But if someone if my Scythe of Elune, say, like if I was playing on Boomkin and if I hated the look of it to start with, and I wanted to keep myself looking in a transmog kind of way, I would transmog it until I got the look that I wanted.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can really think of it. But
I'm sure it makes sense to someone.
Yeah.
Ain't me.
You can talk to my girlfriend. I'm pretty sure she already has transmogs picked out for every legendary weapon.
Oh, wow. That's scary.
The artifact cat and bear forms, they have the model viewer up. I gotta tell you, this one where it looks like the tree branches are coming out of the druid's head's pretty legit. Kind of looks like they became one with the tree, right? Like the cat, he got pissed off and jumped into the tree, and they mind melded almost. That's it. The mane looks like green leaves. The body looks very barkish, as if it's part of the tree. I'm kind of impressed with what they're doing here. I have a druid, so I'm pretty excited just to see the kind of different forms. But they're really doing.
That one kind of looks like a cat version of Groot from Ashran.
Yeah. Oh, that's Treesus.
Yeah.
Groot, Treesus, whatever. But that's like a cat version of that. I actually kind of like that. That's cool.
Yeah, I think they're doing a really, really, really solid job. They did the quest wardrobe is what they're calling it. This is going to be one of the new features in game. Which, if those of you who have not listened to past episodes,
Started. Shame on you.
I squirreled right in the middle. I really did, guys. This is what happens when I'm trying to not talk a lot because people bitch about it. And now I'm not even myself anymore. So the quest wardrobe, this is going to allow you to be able to see all the items that you've collected and items you still need to collect as far as clothing, transmog items specifically. So we've talked a lot about how this is a feature that they're focusing pretty heavily on. You're not going to have to keep all these items on you anymore, have to go through all that. Any items that you acquired in the past quest, they're going to automatically be put in your wardrobe. So what's kind of cool about this is it does give you what you have so far, tells you the amount, gives you all the different gear types, and then you hover over it. It tells you, your completion. This is also on Wowhead, so you guys can go check kind of a live version of what it's already doing. And then it shows you what you're missing. So if you're one of the completionist people and you wanna go pick out some new ruse, man.
There's a few to go through.
Oh, I mean,
Potts
doesn't wear underwear, so.
I mean, what's the point? Because I'm free balling.
Oh my.
Figured it would.
It's one of
anyone that used to be able to hear properly.
Jim, are you into transmogging? Are you into clothes?
Yeah, I am, but my sets for my monk are very boring. I just have the PvP gear, so I've been looking at some sets, and I just haven't really picked anything out
You
yet.
got a ton of money. You've been doing the pet battles, the selling of the pets.
Yeah, but I don't want to waste it. I'd rather just run old
Oh
raid
no,
raids.
you go buy it in the auction house.
I
40K.
certainly wouldn't get drunk and go and buy mounts that you don't need. That's a
I've
very
seen
bad
enough
idea.
episodes to know that's a thing, actually.
We do stupid
Yeah,
shit.
man, I'm
You
still
just said
recovering.
doo-doo.
I did say doo-doo, giggity.
Shit.
Yeah, I can't imagine Bloke would ever drink a lot.
He's a champ.
I know he does drink like a champ. I've been pre-gaming. I had cocktails last night, but I've been pre-gaming out of a mason jar. Apparently that's ghetto, whatever. Out of a mason
Are they
jar.
the moonshine ones?
Yeah, it's the Joe's Crab Shack. If anybody is on, anywhere near where they have those Joes, they give you the margaritas or the Long Island iced teas or the, the drinks like that. They give them to you in a mason jar, and you get to take the mason jar home. So
We
I
have Krabby Joe's in Canada.
Yeah.
Hey?
You have the best syrup ever. I was in the grocery store.
I don't even eat it.
I seen a Canadian
Or drink
leaf, a
it.
maple leaf, or was it just a Canadian leaf? What kind of leaf is it? Maple?
Yes.
Is that what your leaf is? I don't live in Canada. I don't know.
I
know that I have
I don't know if that's right. I think that's right.
What part of Canada do you live in?
You can't ask a gentleman that. It's exclusive.
Are you in Alberta?
No, I was born out there, actually. I'm in Ontario.
I try not to classify people until I know, because they get very angry when you tell them the wrong province, right? Or whatever it's called. People get, if I were to say somebody was from Quebec and they're not, and they're like, no, I've never. And I'm like, oh, that's like saying ghetto, I guess, or vice versa.
The French are there most.
Oh, got it.
So,
Makes sense. So you're not French Canadian then. So you're not exotic. You're just normal.
I barely passed grade 9 French, and I was done. 52%.
You didn't even.
Bye.
I thought it was just like a belly pass.
Au
I'm so proud of you
revoir.
right now.
Au revoir, he said. Arrivederci. So yeah, I think we're moving right along with they've been releasing more of the order halls. I think that's kind of going into tune with what they should be doing. So more Legion stuff to come as it's being announced and it's being put out there. You guys know that PwnCastDailyQuest.com does cover these things, so make sure you get in there and check that out. So I think it's about that time for some Week in WoW, some Tales of Woe, even your Week in Real Life. Bloke, what
and nobody need to hear what's been going on in my real world for the last week, because let's just say that's been a clacker of a week.
I thought you were trolling me with your response yesterday when you first responded, and I'm like, clearly he's just fucking with me at this point, but then I realized...
I wish, man. Like, breakdowns are plenty going on around this house, but that's a different story for a different time, my friends. No, just the usual. I went back in Ashran. And for those keeping track, I started last week 136 panda kills, and going into Ashran today, 136 panda kills. Not one panda. So I jumped like 60 in a week. Haven't seen a panda since. I'm like, come on, fix the damn quest, you bunch of ass monkeys. Like, this is ridiculous. Heaps of people are still trying to find him and keep talking to him. They're like, yeah, I've been doing this for 4.5 months. I'm in here every night for 2 hours. I'm like, fuck, you're not doing wonders for my motivation right now. All right, like, yay,
yeah,
go
they
team.
Really they do got to do something about that. You're right. They are fixing bullshit stuff, and they need to be.
That's what I was saying earlier. Like, they're fixing random shit that no one's ever complained about, and like the Nemesis one is a prime example. But then I can't remember the name. Sticks and Stones is another one that is a meta achievement, and it's been bugged for about 3 years, and no one's been able to get it. And they're like, oh, no, we've got no intention of fixing that. I'm like, oh, okay, so we'll just go fix random dumb shit and leave the broken ones that everyone's actually asking about. Because it's the same with Nemesis and Pandas, and that's why I keep bringing it up, because the conversations that I have on Twitter every day about the same damn thing.
I feel like I'm going to get on the forums and I'm going to make a good point for you after the show. I'm going to let you finish your week out, but I want to tell you I'm going to make a good point for you. So unlike all these other achievements that they're fixing for people to go back and do, once we're out of WOD, you're not going to be able to go back in Ashran and get these achievements. Nobody's going to ever go back in.
You'll find a panda while it's still current. What are the odds of finding one when it's not?
So I agree with you. I think I'm going to go make that point on the forums for you, because I feel like that's a valid complaint.
I think the only way they could do that is if they were to go back to, or like completely change the front of Ashrine and all that and stop making it a queue time and do the same thing with like Wintergrasp and Tol Barad. Just go in and make it a free-for-all PvP zone and you can just go there for shits and giggles. Like,
Yeah.
it,
But he's never going to get it after this. As soon as Legion comes out, who the fuck's going to go back to Ashran?
There's achievements that I've still got for Wintergrasp. And, like, that was back when I was playing a good solid 10 hours a day, like 4 or 5 days a week. And I still didn't get achievements then. How the fuck am I going to get them now?
I agree with
like,
you.
it's not going to happen. And I, like, the writing's on the wall. And I should go on the forums, like we always tell people, if you've got a problem, go on the forums and voice it properly. I'm not allowed on the forums at the moment. Because
you're not voicing it properly.
No, I would just get sucked into the stupidity that I see on the forums just way too easily. I'd be like, you're an asshole, you're cool.
You would never say that about people. You shut your dirty little whore mouth. You would never, ever say that.
Well, no, I mean, not a lot of people, but no, that's basically been my week. I spent the first 2 days doing the Darkmoon Fair rep grind of Emperor Poo Pants, and other than that, it's been in PvP and mount farming and the usual stuff. But pretty quiet week otherwise.
Nice. I feel like I should like give you money or something after everybody's segments. I feel like I should tip you or something like, oh, thanks for your service. Hot Shots, what did you accomplish this week in World of Warcraft? You guys always have short weeks in WoW, and I have these big, huge, long tales of woe. So if you guys could talk more during your week in WoW, maybe guys won't get on the thing and tell me I'm an asshole who talks too much.
I think you're just you're venting on
Just
the
shut
us
up.
now.
I know, I interrupted you. I'm apologizing. Sorry.
So, well, Masters of Karate got Manaroth to 37% on Mythic on our second night of progression.
Congratulations.
Thanks. That's I'm actually really excited about that one. I went to mess around on an alt, my warrior, and me and a couple of guys were talking about all the old shit that from like vanilla, this, that, the other that we still have on our accounts. Like I logged on one of my paladins and I have agility, intellect, male gear, and I was like, whew, that's old. That's older than Bell's kids almost. And then I hopped on my warrior. No, like it almost is. It's crazy, but I got on my warrior and I have the level 70 headless horseman helm. I forgot that was the only time that they made the helm usable to where you do the headless horseman's laugh. So I've been running around Storm Shield doing the laugh with the helmet. And
That's what that random message was that you sent me at some ungodly hour. I was like, hey, come check out my horseman's helmet.
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun.
Rudy has that, and I did notice in a group with her when we would be doing random things, I was like, where is it coming from?
Yeah, so it's, I was really excited about that, and then other than that, I've been just messing around with alts. I realized that I spent all my time on my boomkin this expansion and did nothing with alts, so playing a lot of catch up, and
Well, aren't you moving more tunes over to Argent Dawn also?
Yeah, I've been having fun on Argent Dawn. It's a good server. It's not dead, but it's not like overpopulated, and I don't have to completely worry about it when Legion comes around with getting kicked off and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and I can sell stuff on the auction house for a reasonable price and make decent money. I can flip that and buy stuff for, not stupid expensive, but plus everyone I know plays on Argent Dawn now, so.
For sure.
Not all of us.
Well,
for sure.
You have tunes there, but if I go play on your server, I go have like 300 MS, and that's...
No.
That's a good fucking burn. I'm very proud of you. You get to eat tomorrow.
You mean the same 300 mils that like everyone else in the world has always been playing with before Oceanic had their own servers?
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have moved to America. I'd have been like, America, here I come for lower MS.
Jim, what did you do? You have a week in WoW, sir.
I was not prepared for that question. Next? No, so I play on Argent Dawn now, kinda. Met a lot of the guildies. We did some time walking, and I'm a filthy casual lately, so I do my LFR, and I'm always checking the auction house for deals and getting Valor. So
It's like your swap meet Louis of pets, so you need to
yeah,
deal.
it's slowed down lately though, because it's just annoying to put the items in the auction house and then collect them in 2 days and keep doing it. It's just irritating.
It's a lot of work. I can't imagine
Kinda.
you can lift a finger to even breathe,
Yeah.
right?
Clicking that open all mail button. It's just
Yeah,
tough
I
gig.
switched to heals on my monk, so I'm trying to do that actually, PvP and PvE. So
Nice.
it's okay. Yeah, that's
Well,
my
get prepped
weekend.
your segments after the weekend. Wow, so you better be mentally.
Me?
Yeah, we're gonna.
You're not
we,
putting me through the gauntlet because
yeah,
I go
we do
over
the.
12.
I'm not gonna
No,
put you
no,
through the
no.
gauntlet because it would be awfully
It would
embarrassing
be,
for you.
yeah, of
It would be.
course.
Because I'm not
It
gonna
would
do
be
that, but we are
terrible.
gonna talk about a little bit about what you do and how you started doing it. So I'm gonna let you mentally prepare because I
Okay.
know you like to make sure you think about things.
Wait, I didn't get to stuff money in his undies like you said we would.
uh,
So I don't have the $1 bill laying around. Oh, no. No, that one. I got this from Johanna from Blizz Nerds, so you should feel extra honored that, you get that stuck in your undies for being a good boy.
Oh, your internet hates me today. Guys, we apologize for you having to suffer through his internet. He
There's
has
that 300.
soup cans.
There's the 300 MS we were just talking about.
Right. So my week in WoW consisted of me prepping for, I'm going to announce what it is we did. We did the first annual Riders of Rohan Hungry Games. I wanted to wait until I put the Hungry Games in for a trademark so that no other guild could steal the Hungry Games. Because once the word gets out there that we're doing it, people are going to steal it. So the Hungry Games was an epic success. I'm not going to tell you I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we did. So I broke my guild up into 5 districts, and we pulled 2 tributes from each district. We had a set of peacekeepers. We went to Timeless Isle, and we had half of them censored, the other half not censored. Let them hide and then go find each other. We had a game master, David, who's a good friend of mine. He was constantly changing things up in the game. They had to took them where they couldn't go on the top level, they couldn't go in the water, like randomly they would switch it up to force kind of people out from their hiding spots. This was so awesome. Every time we lost a tribute, I put it in general chat in the island, and then we did fireworks, right? Because they do it in the show or in the movie. It was so awesome. Yasa Musa, who is a druid, took home the glory. He was our winning tribute. I've been doing videos, capital videos every stuff. I address them when I pick for the reaping. I do the reaping videos, and there's a capital intro. Like, I put a lot of work into the Hungry Games for the guild, but I got to tell you, it was so worth it. It picked up momentum, and people realized that a guild was doing something on Timeless Isle. So then, of course, people started to come and check it out, and then you had the people who brought their horde tunes and tried to intervene, and then I had my peacekeepers go out and kill the horde tunes, or the horde people that were trying to interfere. It was pretty. But Yasa Musa won it. Poor Donovan. Remedy was robbed. There was a battle between a healer and a non-healer that was going on for an hour, and finally I had to say, bruh, no heals anymore. Neither one of you can heal. And he was very bitter.
Ripped off.
I'm in here progressing on Mythic Manoroth, and all of a sudden I hear from Bell in there. I was like,
When Yaz won, because it was a battle between him and Hatz's girlfriend, Angie, it was a Shadow Priest and a Balanced Druid. And what I said is I stood in the middle of the lake in Timeless Isle, and in Discord I said, okay, first person that gets to me by where I'm standing by the lake, open trade with me, and you get to equip your weapon, because I dropped them in Timeless Isle with no weapon. First person that comes to me gets to equip your weapon. Literally, the crappy thing is, Yaz had a strategy. He waited for Angie to be paying attention to me, and Yaz just boom, 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 just opened up on her, and she was fucking dead. It was so beautiful for me to watch. I'm going to do a video. We did have some guildies record some videos, but if you want to be a part of the
Hungry Games, would have streamed it, but
I will be streaming next
thing.
month. I will be streaming it next month. You guys will get to see the Hungry Games live and in effect, but I do want to tell you with absolute confidence and certainty that we are the only guild in World of Warcraft that does an active Hungry Games every month and has our guildmates broke up into districts. we had sponsors. The sponsors got to go and buff their tributes. They got to go give them feasts randomly. This has been a super organized event, and we had the amount of fun that I got to have with my guildies. There was quite a few people that were participating. It was really, really a good thing. So that was all great fun. I literally had a freaking blast. That's what I did. I just did a lot of preparing for it. So yeah, that was my week in WoW, and I got this bad boy. I'm just gonna take a glance over here.
Sexy.
Yeah, so what happened is everybody I know in life gave me a bunch of Amazon, $25 gift cards, $25 here and there, and I just combined them all and I bought me a Blue Yeti, and this fantastic rig setup, so I could be a little bit. I'm going to be a phone sex operator because now, my voice of clarity. So that's what I did. That's what I did in WoW. So.
Here's your 20 krona.
I get 20.
Thank you, Johanna. I'm not sure if 20 is worth more than 50, but Hey.
We got Jim here now. Jim is a lot of people don't know who he is. The World of Warcraft group, the 30K member World of Warcraft group, that was Jim's baby. Jim doesn't like to talk about that. He doesn't like to tell people that because, Rathamus runs the community, but that was Jim's baby. He's the man behind this whole thing.
Absolutely.
What
Rathamus
made you do that,
boss. Just to make a World of Warcraft group, like a clean group. I didn't really know, a lot of people for World of Warcraft. A lot of my friends have stopped playing, so I created the group, and we had a few hundred and then a few thousand, and then it just got out of control. I couldn't monitor everything, and that's not really my expertise. So I met Josh, and he put a team together, and they do a phenomenal job actually, and they monitor. We hit 30,000 people right after BlizzCon, and salute to them because it's a lot of paying attention. So
I leave your group once a month, and he puts me back in it. I literally leave it, and
Really?
he notices I'm not in it and puts me back in it just because.
Is it because of the notifications, or you just don't do anything?
It's just
Have to turn those off.
sometimes it's. I think Okay, let me start over because I'm trying to be PC. When we're us as community managers for communities that we have, we're not, we run we have Facebook groups and we have these things where we're admins ourselves, so we know the nature of what it's like. Sometimes what happens is we lose the scope of understanding of why we're doing things, and you have a fabulous staff of people that mod, but sometimes they over mod, and I don't agree with that. So I'll leave when there's a rule that's enforced that is ridiculous, and I'll tell Wrath, I'll be like, listen, dude, this shit's fucking out of
it's
control.
too PC
I'm out.
For you, for sure.
I'm out the fucking door. You mean I can't say this? Fuck off. I gotta go. And then literally like a week later, he'll drop me back in the group, and I'm like, can you please stop? But they do a good job. The rules are there for a reason. If you don't like it, you leave. Yeah. So it's no other thing other than there's a lot of people that they have to contend with. But over modding is just sometimes I think people make them kind of hardened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People kind of suck the joy out of Stephanie, who is one of our writers. She's Flash You. She's a phenomenal writer, but she's also a mod over there. She does a good job. But
salute to her too.
Yeah.
I think we're the same, but very, very different. Like I'm not PG-13 outside of this, but I'm more like reserved when we're on.
For sure.
And but obviously outside I'm okay. So
you rolled hard with us. You were the tag
I met
team
all of you at BlizzCon. It was great.
He rolled with me for like 2 days, and everybody was just looking at this little tiny girl, and then I get this big because he's tall. He's like ginormous, right? Him and Bloke are fucking like way up here, and I'm just.
Well, Bloke doesn't look tall on the show, right?
No.
So I saw pictures when you were first meeting him. I'm like, holy, he is tall. And then I saw him, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bud?
So pet battling, what made you decide you wanted to get into pet battling, and moreover your videos? You're up to almost 5,000 subscribers on channels,
we're doing
right?
good. Yeah, we're doing good. So when it came, I don't know, Pokemon was kind of cool, even though it is what it is. Yeah,
Little Bloke is your biggest fan right now.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so I liked the little Pokemon, and when Mist came out, I kind of was leveling my Pally, and I just kept going back on my Hunter and doing the quests for pet battles and stuff, and I kind of just enjoyed it. And then I did YouTube not thinking I was going to do pet battle videos, but I kind of knew a little bit about it, so it just kind of went from there. And yeah, we do pet battle videos.
And then the insane game is where you do your the nudes and stuff then.
Yeah, Cody's Hot Shots is there, and
That doesn't surprise me at all, actually. He's the top of the list.
Yeah.
Damn,
So-
first subscriber.
So
Sir.
we feature your pet battle videos on the PDQ.
Yeah, thank you.
You give a lot of strategy, and I wanted to tell you guys this is what this gentleman does. He will tell you how to beat a pet. He'll tell you a winning combination for PvP. He'll tell you a winning combination for achievements. He'll tell you how to get certain pets. He's kind of like a beautiful mind when it comes to that kind of thing. So I will make sure that I link his YouTube here. You can also find him on the PDQ. He's got his own section in the PDQ for his videos. You definitely want to make sure you check it out. But he's been Zooming with us in the Guild Zoom. He's obsessed now. He's
You
there.
guys are cool, yeah. This
is
the first time I've ever purchased a webcam. The only webcam I've ever owned was the Xbox 360 one when the poker game came out like 8 years ago. So
he bought it for Zoom. He bought it for Zoom.
Yeah, it was almost like fate. Like it was meant to be. Like now,
dark rabbit hole, my friend, and now you're sinking in it quickly.
It is weird. Right? I'm not gonna lie.
It's good though. It's a different you feel like you're actually getting social interaction because you're getting to see their face and have it's like we're having an intimate moment, the three of us, right? The four of us, we're having there's a thing going on. I don't know if you guys picked up on that.
I feel it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna feel it from way back here though.
It's a lot different when it's coming at you, Hots, just so
I go give her a hug, I get ew.
We're glad that you got to fill in for Lycan and co-host. That was pretty solid of you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Salute. I've been watching the show for a while now. Actually, I always listen to you guys when I play Warcraft, so I'm not always. I visually watch you guys sometimes, but I mostly just hear you. But on the YouTube channel for sure, you guys do good work. I feel like, do I even watch it this week though? Like I already know what happened. Is it even just wait for next week? Like I don't know what to do now. It's weird.
Yeah, it's going to be weird now.
I still want to invite you to come back and make comments and pay Cody out.
For sure.
No, we're definitely going to have you back too.
I'd love to be back. Sure.
I'd like to see some interaction between you and Lycan. So.
Salute to Lycan, the Godfather. Yeah. I hope he's okay.
So I did find myself after BlizzCon, there were moments where I randomly had an Australian accent and I randomly had a Canadian accent, and I directly relate that to the fact that I hung out with these guys at BlizzCon. I literally just certain things. I even said A once, and my husband just looked at me like,
what?
Yeah.
I randomly want tacos.
I know, because I'm obsessed with tacos.
Tacos.
Make sure you guys go check him out. He's the Warcraft pet battler guy. I'll make sure that I link all his stuff for you. He takes requests too. If you need help, you just reach out to him and he'll totally help you with a strategy. He's super good. He gives the good pet battle moves.
Yeah, if you ever want to know how much a pet's worth, you don't want to overpay for your pets, the auction house will make a lot of gold doing that. So
he's like the gold making mage, except he's not the gold making mage, which is why we like him. So Zinga, you like how I got that one in there?
I did. Yeah.
To America, I got this. Just kidding. I'm not kidding. Totally 100% serious. So with that being said, we had a fantastic episode. I know we are running a little bit over on time, and I know Bloke has someplace he has to be. I don't know if it's largely important. Make sure you guys are going for the Phonecast daily. What is it? Is it important? And then there's the shirt. The girlfriend got him the shirt. She got him something came, and I thought it said RedTube, and it was not RedTube. Where is that from? Redbubble?
Redbubble?
I thought it said RedTube on the package, and I was like, this guy got a porn video in mail.
Yeah, no,
I was pretty sure
that'd be very awkward. Redbubble, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, redbubble.com. But
I think it's
shit from RedTube all the time. It's totally valid.
I mean, it's totally real. Make sure you guys are going to PwnecastDailyQuest.com. Make sure you're checking us out over there. I will be back to streaming next month. Right now, Lycan and Hots for Shots are holding down the fort. I still got to fix Bertha. I did find out that Bertha's freezing problem is common for the processor. I did do some research additional today. Make sure you guys follow us on Facebook. We're going to be launching the Facebook group. That's actually going to be launched, I believe, Saturday. So if those of you who follow us on Facebook, be looking for the link to be able to join that group. We are going to be branching out into the other games, so you can come and talk about your fun and fuckery and banter back and forth with a lot of us. So we're pretty stoked about that. Overwatch is coming at the end of January. Also, that is coming back, and they're working on some live alpha build for Legion. So be looking.
Like the real game, or just beta's back?
Beta.
Beta's back.
Okay,
Hey.
So before we go, because we're closing out the show, and I don't know what the hell Hots is.
Bell.
You're looking at me. Fuck.
Go on.
This is my shit. Okay, so the person that he did he gave us a review. He gave us a 4-star review. I thought I knew him because it sounded like somebody we know. He's a paladin and he's a dick, but it's not the same person. So he on December 28th he did comment on our iTunes thing, and his name is Star Rider. Star Rider, excuse me, Star Rider. The comment title is Bella's super arrogant and stubborn. So, and I've read all the good ones. So every time we got one, I've read the good ones. So I'm gonna read the bad one, and then we're gonna be done. That's how we're gonna.
It's like when celebrities read out mean tweets.
The mean tweets. So he did give us 4 stars. He said, "Love the podcast, one of my favorites. Would easily give it 5 stars if it wasn't for Belle. This is a one-of-a-kind podcast since they are the only podcasters that talk about PvP. Clearly, he doesn't watch the show because that's not all we talk about, but it's whatever. My problem is with Belle. She's arrogant, stubborn, and thinks she knows everything, and is just downright nasty to her co-host sometimes. And she's consistently interrupting them when they try to talk because she thinks the podcast revolves around her. I think that she could be a good asset to the podcast. This kills me. I could be a good asset to my podcast. Imagine a world, right? Imagine. I could be a good asset to the podcast, but she needs to relax, take a step back, and let the other host shine. Also, I'm pretty sure Frieza was going for the name that is pronounced Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. Laugh out loud. Here's the thing. We take the good, the bad, and the ugly. Not everybody's going to like all of us all the time. Not everybody's going to like what we say or we do. But I just need everybody to understand. And really specific to you, Star Rider, maybe you don't understand the way that it works. So when you talk about me talking so much, I'm the host of the show. It's my job. This is what I do. I'm supposed to host the show. I do the majority of the talking because can you imagine an episode where I don't talk? Who's going to intro the topics? Where are we?
Can we do that one time?
Can I host it once? I got to do it once.
We totally can never.
Oh, he already got to do it. It's my turn next.
Oh, you want to do you want to give the intros?
Yeah, all right.
Or you want to do the whole show? You can do the whole show.
I'll do the whole show.
You could do the whole show.
Right, next week it's on.
No, not next week. It is not on.
No, you're going to be a teapot. You can't be Belle next week. You're going to be teapot.
I'm not going to be a teapot.
Yeah, you can be bloke and I'll be Belle.
I need people to understand, listen, these guys interrupt me and nobody runs to my defense. Nobody ever comments on the video and says, hey, huge bloke interrupted you 12 fucking times last week. I'm angry for you.
It's 13 now.
It really is 13. We all interrupt each other. It's the nature of the game. I am very passionate about the game that I play, and we're very, very passionate about this podcast. So if I have a bigger mouth, I'm a different person. I'm not going to be normal. I'm going to be me because that's how I am. So I did appreciate your comment, and I'm not angry at you. I just feel like you don't know me. Because you don't know me, you think you have a small vision into the type of people that we are. But I can tell you that I put a lot of work into the podcast, as do the rest of these guys, because we're a team and that's what we do. So if you feel like that they're not getting their just due, I don't know, maybe you should look in there, give them money. Maybe you feel like you want to pay them then, because we do this for volunteer work. So with that being said, I did want to make sure that we acknowledge, because he did give the show a lot of kudos and snaps. I'm not the favorite, and the last guy that wrote told me I needed to be in the kitchen making sandwiches. So
Which you do make a good sandwich.
You did see I did make a good. I'm so hungry.
I made better sandwiches.
So no, Star Rider, I love you. Thank you for watching. I will do my best to not be nasty to my co-host, but you can all fuck off. And that's the game. Just kidding. We're getting out of here, guys.
I just lost the game.
Are we done now? Because I seriously have to poop.
Oh, you do? Okay, we're gonna get out of here. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.
Do you really have to poop? Is that a real?
Yeah, seriously. I'm like popping a turtle right now.
No, you are not.
I am. I'm not even close to fucking around. Are we done? Because we're done.
You want to do a whole episode yourself?
What?
You want to do a whole episode?
I'll sponsor you.
You're gonna do all the research. You're gonna do all the pre-notes. You're gonna do all that.
Yeah, it'll end up being an hour and 20 minutes of us just be like, so my EP is bigger than your EP.
I'm in. I'm so